Hey, good morning. Whoa, as stuff goes falling off my counter. Good morning, everybody. So apparently, that's the second time I've done a live out of my vehicle directly on YouTube, not using StreamYard or another software, and the audio cuts out. So from my earlier video, I have no idea why that happened. That was really weird. But I did want to finish my video with the second half of the morning, which is kind of setting up the dehydrator and kind of getting some stuff stored up. So, hey, Joe, Triple Threat, hello, how are you? So what I did, I went through and hey, Zombie Prepper, I did post a short showing the farmer's market. It was actually really freaking hot, and I walked around. There were a lot of watermelons and cantaloupes out. I didn't see zucchinis. I didn't see the broccolis. I was looking for zucchini. I didn't see any. So hey, Nate. So I kind of left it alone. I did go, that fancy desert camo shirt I wear. I did look at that store to see if they had some new colors. But hey, Notaway, welcome, welcome. And so what I'm going to do now, I actually wound up just biting the bullet. I went to HEB, and I'm going to set up my dehydrator. I'm going to do two things this morning in the kitchen. One, I'm going to pre-make my bacon for the week. And that may sound funny, but it actually works really well for us, because if you want to make a quick breakfast sandwich, you already have the bacon made. The eggs take like 3 minutes. It's the damn bacon that takes a while. So I'm going to start with, the corgis are absolutely doing ninja shit over there. I see little legs flying in the air. The little fluffy guy's hiding in the kitchen. He's like, no, they've lost their minds. So hey, Lady Casca, how are you? So yeah, and sometimes it happens. They had good products, but nothing I was looking for. But what's cool is originally this particular market started as like 5 tents, then it went to 10 and a food truck. I believe I was spitballing about 60 tents, canning jellies. There's a local ranch, a different one than YT Beef Ranch. I forgot what they're called, but they showed up, and they were selling, like sausage in a tortilla, and like breakfast brisket. Wow. Breakfast brisket sandwiches. I can't even talk. That's a tongue twister. Say that 4 times fast. But then they were also selling wholesale frozen beef from their own cattle. So that kind of stuff is great. Hey, Joe. Because it shortens that supply chain for you, right? You're buying regionally. You're buying the next county over. So you're not waiting for something to come from God knows where into your pantry at home. You're getting it from them. So, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to share some of the tricks, because I've done. So today I'm going to do sweet corn. So I picked this up at HEB. It was like, these used to be 99 cents. They're like $1.50 now, which isn't bad, but it's agitating. But what I'm going to do is, these are super fresh. And I like these because, unlike the canned corn, which I like canned corn too, don't get me wrong, these haven't been processed to the point where they lose a lot of nutrition. Hey, little Miss Prepper, hello. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys, because last time I did corn, they get real tiny when you dehydrate them, and then they all go to the bottom of the dehydrator. And then you wind up with a pile of yellow niblets. And then you're trying to put that in a bag, and it just becomes a big pile of crap. So I found a few solutions. So I'm going to switch cameras and jump over there. And let me see if I can do that without crashing everything. Cool. All right. So there's the other camera. Can you guys still hear me? I just want to make sure that I'm not talking to myself with my back turned. So you guys let me know before I start going over there. So it's still okay. Thank you, Nate. All right, so I'm going to roll over here now. Part of the reason I use the frozen corn and the frozen green beans, the frozen broccolis, is you don't have to blanch them or treat them in any way, because in order to do the freezing, they had to get blanched already and they had to be processed. So that takes a lot of effort out from you. So I'm going to do a couple of pounds because I already know any more than that, I'm going to fill up all the trays. So this is a Hamilton Beach. I'm going to pick it up so you guys can see. It's a Hamilton Beach dehydrator. It's nothing fancy. They retail for about anywhere from 60 to 80, but I actually got this for 25 bucks. I think I've told you guys that before. So it has 5 trays. Each tray, so I'm going to take this insert out. This is what the trays normally look like. So they have these big grid, and then it has the hole through which the hot air comes through. Now, this one's the top one, right? So the hot air hits here, and then it goes and circulates back down, hence the dehydrating. And that's the bottom, so that's where the hot air comes out. Now, there is a little mat you can put down here, and I keep losing it, so that's my own bad. The problem is when I put corn in here, this hole is kind of big, and all the little corn niblets go to the bottom. And then what happens is I'm down here and I have this big pile of yellow crap, and the niblets go everywhere, the dogs go freak out, and it just becomes a real party. So I found these on Amazon, and this is just a, what do you call this stuff? Not nylon. Good Lord. It's the heat-resistant material. I just blanked out because I'm brain dead. My dogs love the crunchy floor snacks when I unload the dehydrator. I'll tell you what, Nodaway, my daughter's a vet tech. I've mentioned that before, and she says dehydrated broccoli or dehydrated green beans are a great trading treat. So instead of buying $30 treats at the store, dehydrate them and just put a little jar aside for them. Obviously, you don't want them to get fungus or anything, but so what I've done for these, as you can see, I got this little thin mesh here. Silicone, that's what it's called. Good Lord. Been one of those mornings. So you take the corn bag, and I'm going to try and pop it open nicely. The other day I exploded one, and the corn went everywhere. That kind of wasn't fun. And then you just kind of spread them, and you send it right down to a little hole in the middle. That was it. And you kind of spread them out a little bit. And you don't want to overdo it. You want to give them a little bit of room so you get some airflow. I mean, I could obviously probably put the whole damn bag in there. But why are you sneezing under me, dude? Go on. Shoot. So by the way, corgis understand a lot of orders and choose to obey only a third of them. So in case you're wondering who I was just running off, it's that one. One of the corgos. And then once you get it all kind of spread out, what you can do is and just to demonstrate my point from earlier, I think I can fit both bags at one time. That would be awesome. So just by example, if I take the corn and let's say I don't have this, this is what I found out the hard way. You see how they just went thump, they just went right through. And I can finagle it so that they stay, but once they dehydrate, they get really tiny and thump, everything's at the bottom. So I'm going to rinse. Oops. Rinse. Hey, Captain Carl. How you doing, Carl? So a little bit more of that. I was also looking for corn and green bean stuff we eat a lot of here at the house. And actually, I could probably put a little bit more here. And you kind of see, I've learned by trial and error. Oh, there goes some corn. Peppermint just got a snack. I've learned by trial and error about 2 pounds is good. By the way, the camera moving was a corgi hitting her head on trying to get corn. And I don't know what the hell that is, but I'm not giving that to the dogs either. And then you just kind of spread it out. And again, you want to make sure you have a little bit of room. This top guy, remember, this is where the hot air hits and blows across and then goes back down to recirculate. So you want to give him a little bit of room. And just spread this fun out. and take your trash. Hey, Vision. Yeah, I'm doing the second half of the video since the tube killed my last one. So I don't know, did you guys get to see that? So for those of you who rolled in a little late, this is a Hamilton Beach dehydrator. Oh, there's corn niblets right here. So this is the base. You have your hot air blower coming up the middle, and you could put a little tray. I actually could probably put one of the silicone things in here to catch stuff. Jackson just got a treat now, so he's kind of psyched about that. Then each of the individual trays has a silicone insert because the actual grid of the tray is very wide, and stuff like corn will go straight to the bottom. When you get these silicone trays, these silicone inserts, what I did, I hand washed them with Dawn, and then you spread enough corn to each tray. You want to have a little bypass, right? Because the air is going to come up the middle, it's going to hit this guy, then it's going to spread and go right back down and circulate like that. And that's how it gets that dehydrating effect. What you don't want to do is block that airflow. I could probably put another pound in here, but I'm not going to get silly with it. And yeah, that should be it. Once you've got these guys in place, on goes your cover. Something like that. I can't put the cover on. That's like the easiest part. I'm going to lower the camera a bit so you guys can see. Do more canning. Did hamburger last week, first time. You canned hamburger? I did not know you can do that. Oh, you've got it. Did you make a video? Can you make a video? Put instructions. That's really cool. Hey, Nanya. And anyone I missed in the chat, I apologize. I may have missed a few of you. I had my back turned. All right, so I'm going to roll this down a little bit. And I think you guys should be able to see my... Dude, stop licking my leg. I'm going to give you a smack. That kind of freaks me out. They give me that light lick on the back of your calf, and it makes you jump because you think it's like a bug or something. Good Lord. So for this guy, you hit it once for temperature. Second time is time. So I'm going to set the temp and 130. Oops, that was too much. 130 to 135 for corn is more than enough. And then time, it was always recommended between 12 and 17 hours. I'm at a higher elevation. So I'm going to do 16 and then start. I saw some of the corn go foom up in the air and then land. So, but that's it. And essentially what that's doing is just going to run that hot air over this product. And I've done this with broccoli. I've done it with green beans and tons of video. Patera's? Okay, I'll check her out. Thank you, Carl. Hey, Militant, welcome back. Okay, Loretta, I may hit you up on Discord. But yeah, that's it. So this guy's going to kind of sit here in the background for 16 hours. I just leave it be. I put it in the corner and leave it alone. This is one of those easy preps. And I'm going to switch cameras. I'm going to move the camera back a little bit. I'm going to switch cameras, and we're going to come back over to where I am. Hey, there I am. All right, great. Plenty of canning on my channel. Okay. And that's, for me right now, it's going to be a space thing. I've been able to, I can find a pressure canner and I can find a water bath canner. Both are, I can eventually find, even if they're not in the store at the moment. My thing is I don't know where to put it. And I had good news this week. You know, I wound up getting a nice, you know, raise at work, but then they're like, we may be needing you somewhere else soon. So I'm at that point where I don't want to do too much. And then they go, hey, you got to move. And now I got to move all the preps again, like I did when I moved from Houston. Hey, Big Daddy, what's going on? Thank you. So, Lucky, hola. Milk, pasta, meat, veggies, flour, sugar. Yes. Hold on, I lost track of the convo here. And you know what? Every year we make turkey broth, like a turkey base for our gravy. It's an old family recipe Sassy has, and we do it every year, and then we freeze it, but then it doesn't last. And if we don't use it between like Halloween and Christmas, we have to throw it out. And I told her, I said, you know, this is basically turkey bone broth. I should be able to pressure can this, and then it lasts like 2 years or 3 years, and we don't have to keep doing this every year. So that might be my motivation to get that done. And Lucky, how you been? I'm assuming Lucky's at work or trying to make her way home. So anyway, drive safe if you are on the road. But anyway, I'm going to toss these real quick, folks, and then we're going. Oh, hold on. I don't know why the cover's kind of acting weird, but I'll be right back. Hold on, took just a second. Let me throw this out. So one of the things you can do, you can bacon. That would be cool. That broccoli I was doing a few weeks ago, I actually, or last month, I actually wound up sticking it in Mylar, and you can see the little rabbit ears on the top from where I ran it through the food saver and tried to suck out extra air. And I also put an O2 absorber in the bag, so that will take out any residual oxygen, if you will, that's still in the bag. Personally, I like to see it to where it's like those coffee that you can whack someone with it. I don't think I have one done that well. I'm able to do it with pastas a little easier, where you put you put it in the food saver, and you have to use strips of food saver bag to get that suction going. And I've done 3 pounds pasta in a Mylar bag. You could hit someone with it and knock them on their ass. Like, it's that hard. It's kind of like when you get vacuum sealed coffee and you get that little brick, and it doesn't weigh anything, but it's hard as hell. Basically, same thing. So Alaska Prepper has a video too. Yeah, it's one of those things I gotta decide it's the next step I need to do, and then I'm gonna probably grab a pressure canner. I don't eat jellies and jams. I'm more concerned about things like meats and vegetables, and what I've got in my head from what I've read so far, I need the pressure canner, not the water bath canner. So, and yeah, that's a good question, Carl. Has anyone heard from Ghost, actually? I swear I emailed them a couple of months ago. I didn't hear back, but I don't know if I have the right email either. So, but anyway, this is one way to store it. The other way is in a mason jar, and I'll run a vacuum on it using the food saver as well. And then when the lid pops, I get a good seal. I use the ring, and I leave the ring on when I use dry goods, because it's not a hard seal like you get from water bath or pressure canning. You know, it's and I've found that if I don't leave the ring on and I just stack them, it'll eventually pop off. And keeping that lid on there doesn't hurt. What in God's name are they doing? Somebody ran with a dinosaur toy to the front of the house, and all the dogs went after the one with the dinosaur toy. So, okay. So, yeah, so that's the first part of what I was doing. So let me put this away while I figure out. So my next part would be, so I had some bacon, and normally what I do, I prep my bacon for the week. And this is not a long-term prep. This is more a meal prep to save some money during the week. You know, a McDonald's, the McDonald's McMuffin will run you what, $3 to $6, depending on where you get it. He's teaching. Okay. Yeah, I miss a lot of the late night YouTubers because I get up at 5:30 in the morning during the week. So I've like by 9:30, 10, I'm done. I'll catch like maybe Angry or Magic late in the day, and or I'll catch Pinball. I'll sometimes float a couple of them at once, kind of hear what's going on, and then I'll shut it off. So, but what I'm gonna do, I bought this. I bought this a while ago, so it's been in deep freeze. So I'm just gonna pull it apart. I gotta defrost it just a bit before I can actually cook the thing. So what I do, I pre-do the bacon because for breakfast, unless you're eating oatmeal, which is what I usually eat, if I want something a little more substantial, you can't, the bacon's what takes the longest, right? A meat. Unless you want to open a whole can of Spam to make one little sandwich, you know, if you want bacon. So, and these are things we do. Like when I make rice now, I make it like I'm still making it for me, the wife, and the kids, but it's only her and I. And what I do, I portion it out for the week. So I'll make one batch of rice on like Sunday or Monday, and that should last me 3-4 days. And on Ghettos, my notifications are absolutely screwed up. I got Lucky's last live on Monday. It's just, yeah, I don't know what YouTube's doing. YouTube doesn't like us. I don't think a lot of things like us. So let me defrost this real quick here. Well, and I'm going to plug. This guy's already hot, so I'm going to get started there in a second. What am I doing here? Why are you barking? It's me. I'm the same guy who was here earlier. Go away. Go. Go to bed. One went to bed. The other one's staring at me like you weren't talking to me. Luna, come over here. Everyone wants to see you guys anyway. Hold on. Luna, come. Come here. Sit. Hey, sit. Okay, that's the three troublemakers right here. And one won't sit still. Hold on. All right, let's, you guys want to see the three amigos. Here you go. There's two of them. And the other one's hiding. The first one. So, here you go. Get it. Well, I don't know. You missed the treats. So anyway, those are my barking potatoes. For those of you who are wondering. Barking for bacon. Yeah, well, I'm not giving them raw bacon. That'll end badly for everybody. They'll get sick. They'll barf. I'll be sick. So I'm going to turn this camera around, and I'm going to get that bacon thawed out a little bit more. I pulled it yesterday, but it didn't fully thaw. I have used Little Miss as a username and stuff before. She was on Deepwoods. Okay. On Hutch's channel. I keep forgetting he's on Deepwoods now. I keep looking for Hutch Homestead, and then I'll see Deepwoods. I'm like, who the hell is that I subscribe to? I keep forgetting it's him. Oh yeah, they are brave to a fault because they were bred to attack, and move cattle. So people, it's like, you're a people. I've been bred to chase big cattle. I'll chase you too. And they do like to tackle children. I don't know why. They'll run up and take them at the knee, and the kids will fall, and they just keep going. It's like, kids down, I got them. Moving to the next one. I've seen them go and systemically knock a half dozen kids down before I caught them. So here we go. All right, so I'm going to switch cameras here. Let me get my my proper utensils. So again, the bacon thing is not a long-term prep at all. So don't perceive it as that. What it is a classic meal prep. I'm making things that take time during the weekend so that during the week I don't have to go eat out, right? Because you think about it, you know, I made 2 steaks yesterday that had been in deep freeze for over a year. We ate one, we split one and ate one yesterday, and then we're going to eat the other one today. But if you go out for a couple and get 2 steak dinners in a restaurant, what's it going to run you? That's an easy $50, $60. I've got beer I've already bought here. I can make rice for $1, if that. Pull out a can of green beans or can of corn, throw that on the side, and you know you've got dinner. So these are other ways to get around all this inflationary crap. And again, and I can go on my little geopolitical rants as well, but the bottom line is shit got expensive for all of us. And so regardless of how it happened, we can try and mitigate it. And now, like I've said earlier in my partial live before it got killed, if you, while it's calm, while the prices went down a little bit, get what you need, get where you're missing, fill up those gaps now. Hopefully that'll keep you in a position to take the hits later. I've said it before, you know, eat next month on this month's pricing. And right now I'm eating steak this month on last year's pricing because I froze it then. So, you know, just keep those kind of things in mind because those do add up. And you can take that money and save it. You can take it and put it somewhere you need it. That doesn't involve, you know, having to spend excess money for the product. So I'm going to switch cameras again. We're going to go back to the, oh, that's crooked. Hold on. There we go. Let's see. Ta-da. All right. So that's an old George Foreman grill. I actually love these things because all the garbage goes down. So I'm going to open this bad boy up. And we're going to start. Wow, I opened that package and the dogs came running. They're like, we know what that smell is. So let me throw some of these in. Pepper garlic. Oops. So what I would recommend, if you're going to use a Foreman grill, and I like the Foreman grill because it's easy to clean, and it also gets rid of a lot of that extra fat. So if you're like me and you're getting older and you eat garbage and then you pay for it later because your body can't handle it the way it used to when you were 20, that's always a good thing. I found what did you say, Joe? I found out something in my studies. I don't know. I think it always, you never use it. I make burgers on this. I make hot dogs. I've actually done veggies on this like you would on a griddle. Fat is fuel. Joe, I don't doubt it. Well, and you know, a lot of the companies that are out there, if you think about it, that sounds really nice, doesn't it? I got to tell you, this is Smithfield bacon. I don't like it as much as Wright's. The slices are super thin, and they're a bit of a pain in the ass to finagle. There you go. And I'll take pics of it if I get it dug out. No, I already got one, man. Somebody else might want one though. You know, and Joe, that might you touch on something interesting. I bet if you had a trading post where preparedness folks could actually sell and trade stuff, we could save a hell of a lot of money doing stuff like that. I think it's Smithfield. Let me see, what was it? Yeah, it was Smithfield. So this was actually, I got this about 3-4 months ago, and I had it frozen since, Carl. So yeah, because I believe you're right. They are one of the ones that are shutting down. That's a good question. Uh, let's see. It says Chinese acquisition. Yeah, it's shutting down the California plant. Let me see if I can get see if I get that article up here. Good Lord. I don't know what the hell website this is, but it's, let's see, Chrome tab. There we go. So yeah, according to this article, I lost my stool here. Yeah, that's from a few months ago, I think. No, June. They closed the California plants. Meatpacking giant Smithfield Foods Friday said it would close its only Cali plant. Uh, meatpacking plant was in Vernon, a suburb of Los Angeles. They gave the employees severance, job placement support, and bonuses. Uh, they can also relocate to Virginia. So I guess they have other plants open, but they did close the California plants. So that's yeah. Jackson, really, dude? Why are you barking? Go to bed. I don't want you here. If you're gonna bark, bark somewhere else. Yeah, they're closing the Cali plant. Thanks, Lucky. Yeah, yeah, because it is. They do, and they said it was high business costs, but they're keeping the Virginia plant open, so that tells you something about what they're doing there. Um, it may be a tax break thing. Unfortunately, California's been killing a lot of businesses, and so now they're moving to Texas and Virginia, which I'm not sure how happy I'm. No, actually, he was barking at the front door because he heard something that might have been a UPS truck, which is his enemy. So he ran to the front. Then he came back. The corgi bit him. I don't know what that was about. One of the corgis, the big one, bit him. So he wants bacon. He probably does want. Oh, I promise you. One of them was just under me while I was trying to set the timer for the bacon. Um, but yeah, guys, you can take little steps like this during the weekends, and just and notice like the bacon and the dehydrator are very low maintenance cooking projects, right? I put the stuff in the dehydrator, make sure I check it every few hours, make sure nothing like fell over or anything like that. UPS doesn't need to be barked at. Uh, but don't you go and bark, because if people bark at UPS, that could get a cop. I want pancakes. Actually, Arkansas, you brought up another subject. How you been, by the way? So remember, while you're doing that, right? So I'll do stuff like this. I'm dehydrating veggies. I'm gonna pre-cook bacon for breakfast for the next week. Um, I'll start also. So I got little rust spots on the bottom of my comal, so I'm gonna have to deal with that. But you see, you get to where the I don't know if you can see it, but the water beads up on this cast iron, and but I do have to treat it, so that's going to be another part of what I'm doing. So the dog, hey, get out, go fight over there. There's no fighting in the kitchen. Good Lord. Pancakes and bacon. You hear them? No, out of the kitchen. Fight somewhere else. I think he's trying to hide under me because he doesn't want to fight with the other one. I don't know. They're having a brawl. All I hear is growling and things jumping. I think 30. They closed multiple West Coast plants. They may have, Coral. UPS has Rogue Trash Company. They do. Well, so does the Postal Service. We actually wound up having to report one of our mail carriers for repeated stuff, and then one of our neighbors is a cop, and something of his, he got a box and it was open, and he said, "Hell no," and he went and pulled over the mail truck, the cop, and he's like, "I'm looking for this product, and you just dropped a box off that's open." Like, oh well, that's how it came. Well, you don't put a notification, you just give me an empty box. So he said, "Open the vehicle." And she's like, "Well, I don't have," he said, "Open the vehicle or I'm going to have to arrest you. Or I'll get an affidavit. I don't care." And so she opened the vehicle, and lo and behold, she had a basket full of things that fell out of their boxes. She had a little basket. His product was in there. And he said, "I ordered it from Amazon like 48 hours ago. There's no way it got beat up that badly in 2 days." No, yeah, so that was not the right neighbor to steal shit from, because he's an investigator. I know him. He was like, "Oh hell no, no, we're not playing this game," because something else had disappeared and pissed his wife off. He's like, "I got a badge. I'm gonna go pull the mail truck over." So after that, a bunch of neighbors, his wife posted it on Facebook to the community, and yeah, it fell out of the box. And so, hey, Jason. So then she gave us the number and the email for the Postmaster General and the Postal Inspector. So 2 subdivisions basically bombarded the post office with reports. And well, technically lucky it fell out of the box is the claim. So there's no way to prove that the person maliciously did it. But there were so many reports for missing things that one of the neighbors, she's a stay-at-home mom. She made it her full-time gig for like 2 months. She'd check every week. Did anyone miss something? And we eventually got a new post lady who's very organized, and our shit shows up on time. Most of the time, every now and then. And what's funny, this new one, like the box will come up jacked up and she'll put a note saying, "Box arrived in this condition," which is fine. You know, I get it. Shit breaks, but it didn't fall out. Yeah, no, basically. The problem is proving it. You know, that's the battle. So by the way, if you find that in your area lots of stuff is missing, because a lot of people are mail ordering shit because they find a better deal somewhere else than in Walmart or whatever, you can file a complaint. Make sure you have the tracking number and the other stuff to go with that package, because they're going to ask for that. And if you don't have a tracking number or the order number, they really can't do anything because the volumes are so massive. Oh yeah, I found on porch no boxes, nothing. Wait, what? They set the pills. Oh, they just put. I wonder if they didn't, they couldn't box it. I wonder if that's a supply chain thing. They didn't have a big enough box. Oh, by the way, Sassy with her Etsy thing, she ships stuff to all over Texas, all over the South, and the medium box, you know, the express mail box, the red one you get at the post office, and it's kind of pre-done, used to ship anywhere in the continental US for $9. It's now 17. So Christmas is going to get expensive if you're shipping gifts to people. So I would order from Amazon and send it direct. We're going to check this bacon real quick. Let's flip cameras and bam. All right, so let's see how the bacon looks. See, and you notice I do like it. A lot of the drippings go in there. Unfortunately, I haven't figured out a good way to, ouch, it's crackly bacon. By the way, you want a neat treat? Put cooked bacon on a skillet and pour the pancake batter over it and then flip it over when the bottom cooks. and you get a pancake bacon treat. I don't know what to call it. Possibly. And that's an interesting point, Carl. How much, like, you know, my post guy over in Houston was actually a Navy vet. So he and I used to talk all the time, and he was a prepper too, which was funny. So we'd talk all about, you know, stuff we were looking for, but that was a lucky break. You know, you don't know, you know, the people who drop off product to you, you don't know who they are. So I guess you got to be mindful of that kind of stuff. So hold on just a second here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to move this so don't make you guys completely dizzy. I'm going to move the camera back to me. I'm going to switch gears here. And while the bacon does bacon things, I'm going to move my camera over and show you what I'm doing here. That bacon needs a little more time. So, and this is purely my way of doing this. So I'm going to switch cameras, and let me make sure the camera is right. I'm not having a camera failure over here. All right, let's see if the other camera will work. Hang on. Okay, so don't mind the mess in the corner there. I had a cooking error day before yesterday. So and my pasta water went everywhere. Anyway, so you see, I got a nice sheen on that side of my cast iron, but the back's not doing so great, and that's what takes the heat. So what I did, I put it on low heat for a while, and I purely did that to get any residual water off the metal. And that's important because you don't want to put oil over the water because it's going to rust out on you, right? AST Space Mobile. Wait, and it's something to pay attention to, definitely. Oh, that's yummy. I haven't been to Fredericksburg in a while. AST Space Mobile. I hadn't really read much about that actually. But we can definitely dig into that. So this has been heating. Nope, I didn't need to do that. Turn that, put that low. And what I'm going to do now, don't use olive oil. It smells really nice, but the smoke point is low. And what you wind up with is a bunch of, and then you got a little rust down here. You see, kind of, and really it only rusts in that little circle where the burner gets it, but still, and I get the edges too. I'm going to let it sit there. I'm going to turn the fire off now and just let it be happy for a little bit. That's one of the ways I season those cast irons. You have the research. Yeah, and definitely preps at home. Yeah, or at least in different places, even if it's not 50-50. See, and that's my neighborhood's very hit and miss right now. I know some do, but I have a lot of work colleagues who have farms, homesteads out here, and basically they said if we have to bail the city, bring the preps and all the coworkers will meet there. But a lot of my coworkers are preppers too, just because they've been around the world and they've seen things go very bad. Hey, take care, Lucky. Thanks for jumping in. You have a good one. Are you going to be live tomorrow so everyone knows? Let me see if Lucky. Yeah, and if any of my mods are in, I'm in StreamYard. If you can post Lucky's. Lucky, if you want to throw your link. Oh, wait a minute. I think I can do it. I got to open another window. I'll throw Lucky's link. Lucky will be live tomorrow. Lucky. Hang on a second here. So Lucky's an awesome person to talk to. So Sundays are usually my off day from social media, but when I can, I'll jump in on her lives. All right, so Joe Morgan has a Foreman grill for sale if anyone wants it. That would be a fun live. Basically, just do a trading post. Everybody, just whatever you want to get rid of, throw it up there. But yeah, I'd recommend a lot of the preps I do on a Saturday morning are very low maintenance. Okay, it's going to be earlier tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Central, folks. Okay, yeah, holler at me, man. Yeah, I float the area, so yeah, I can definitely look at that. But a lot of the preps I'll do on the weekend will be low maintenance, right? So the bacon, it's on 8 minutes per side. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring that camera back over just so you guys can kind of see how I'm doing this. Just so it doesn't get out of hand in the container. There we go. Showing Loretta she doesn't have one, so yeah. And Joe, if you want to put up in my Discord channel, you want to put the pictures there, you can. Hold on, let me find the daggone Discord channel. You'd think I'd put this in my hang on just a second. So all right, so Joe, I'm going to set up for you. I'll put up a trading post in the Discord, and you guys can kind of finagle from there. Let's see, how the hell did I do this last time? All right. All right, it's called the Captain's Trading Post, Joe. So I just updated that, and I threw Lucky's link in there. So yeah, guys, go check out Lucky's as well. So yeah, oh, there goes the timer. Hold on, off. Alrighty, so basically what I'll do, I'll just overcook that bacon a little bit. That's all right. And by the way, when you're dehydrating veggies, you can't really over dehydrate. If you got the temperature right, and you know you're going to be at work, and you put 4 more hours so you can get to work and get home, you're not going to kill. But yeah, I'll put that, and I kind of separate them in layers so that I can pull them out easier later. Then I just put the next batch of bacon on there. And keep in mind, every breakfast sandwich you buy is easily $5. And for those of you who like to store the bacon grease, it's real convenient down there. It's not splattering everywhere. So you get fat removed from your food, but then you can repurpose it very easily down below, and put that on a timer. By the way, don't forget food hygiene, wash your hands, make sure you wipe down the counters when you're done. I've said this before, salmonella concerns the hell out of me a lot more than the Rona does. Because I've seen what salmonella and botulism will do to people if you don't maintain your food hygiene. So, all right. So that bacon's doing stuff back there. So while I'm doing the dehydrating, I'm doing the meal prep with the bacon. I've also went and I treated my cast irons, so I can get that taken care of as well. I've heated them both up, got any residual water or moisture off of the metal, and then I oil treated them, and then I let them cool. Okay, so what you're doing, you're heating the metal, and even though metal's generally non-porous, you do open, like molecularly speaking, you kind of open any porosity in the metal with the heat. It kind of expands a bit, and then you let the oil soak into that, and you get a better grip that way. That's why they tell you when you first treat them, when you season them, to rub them with oil and then put them in the oven. It's because you're heating the metal, you're letting the oil go into the crevices, the porosity in the metal. And then as it cools, it blends in there. Different thing about the Le Crusettes, these are enamel. This is actually a cast iron, but it's enamel on the back, and then it has an enameling on the inside. So you don't use, on a cast iron, you could use a stainless steel, pad if you really got to get aggressive with it. You can use something like this. Like the chain link. You can't do that to a Le Creuset or the ones with Teflon because you'll tear the crap out of them. So, but folks, that's pretty much what I'm going to do here. Is I'm going to let all this go. This dehydrating is going to go for a hot minute. And I'm going to finish the meal preps. But so I'm doing a long-term prep. I'm doing a meal prep to save me some money during the week. And while I'm sitting here in the kitchen, I'm taking care of making sure that my materials and equipment are in good shape. So whether it's you're cleaning your guns, oiling down your fishing reels, or treating your cast iron, take the time to do the maintenance, folks. So I'm going to wrap this one up, my friends. Thank you for joining me for part 2 of my otherwise chaotic morning. And I hope to see all of you later this week. I will be having someone from Instagram known as Folkloric Heart, also goes by Homesteading 31. She's an Army vet, and she will be joining me to talk about her new homestead projects and what she's learned. So that should be a really fun conversation. That should happen Thursday. So you guys be good, be careful out there, and I will talk to everyone later. And again, you could go to the Discord. Joe, you can post that there. And folks, anyone else who has something they want to trade, you can go to the trading post there, and you guys can figure out the exchange amongst yourselves. But at least stuff that's available, you can trade it instead of buying it new. If you can help each other out, that's even better. So you guys be good. God bless, Godspeed, and I will catch you all later.